Welcome to Man About Danville with Logan H. Gurman, a podcast for Danville, Kentucky and beyond. Conversations with friends, and you get to listen. Brought to you by the Logan Company, a commercial and residential real estate brokerage for Danville and Central Kentucky. 80% Danville-centric, 20% eccentric.
Good morning, Danville, Kentucky. You are listening to Danville's favorite podcast, Man About Danville, with me, Logan H. Gurman, the man about Danville himself. I am back. Whether you are in your car, on a road trip, headed off on fall break, headed back from fall break, out taking pictures of leaves, raking leaves, mowing your yard for maybe the last time. I don't know. It's a beautiful fall we're having in Central Kentucky. A little dry. That's all right. Anyway, whatever you're doing, I appreciate you taking me along for the journey. I've been away from the microphone for a bit. You get busy with work and kids and all kind of activities, but I'm here. The podcast hasn't gone away. There are a lot of people I want to talk to. Just takes a lot of time to get these episodes produced and out the door, even with my staff of interns and professionals out in the production truck. But we get by. Speaking of what are you doing this weekend, this episode 60, is dropping on Friday, September 22nd. That's a Friday. May I give you a suggestion for Saturday, September 23rd? My friends at the Danville Kiwanis Club, Debbie and Emily, are heading this project up out at Wilderness Trail Distillery. They're having their Kiwanis Club chili cook-off. I had the distinct pleasure of being a judge for this event a year or two ago. There's some really good chili. There's some really great chili. There's some interesting chili. Word to the wise, as a judge, I had to sample every batch of chili that was made out there. Didn't really feel right for a couple of days after. So maybe limit yourself to 8 or 10 different selections of all the chefs they have going out there. Lots of chili, lots of people wandering around. It's a beautiful time of year to be out and about, and that's a wonderful way to get your weekend started. The event will run 11:30 Saturday morning on the 23rd to about 2:30. They'll have the judging and the announcement of winners. They had 20 participants last year cooking chili. Just a wonderful time. Tickets are $10, and with that, you will be able to taste all the chili from all the chefs, and you'll be able to vote for the People's Choice Award winner. You can get tickets in advance if you want to. More information is on the wilderness-trail-distillery.com website. That's wilderness-trail-distillery.com under their events tab. Go there and they'll have all the information. By the way, Wilderness Trail Distillery and the event are just out Lebanon Road, just past BCT campus. And all the proceeds from the event will be used by the Kiwanis Club of Danville to fund their service and projects in and around our community. So the weekend following this, September 29th and 30th, will be homecoming at my alma mater, Rhodes College in Memphis, Tennessee. It happens to be my 30th anniversary, my 30th reunion year. I'll be down there. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of my classmates from the class of 93. Golly, that sounds a long time ago when you say it out loud. Anyway, here to discuss all the details of the Rhodes College Homecoming and 30th class reunion, my friend, Abby Markward. Abigail Markward, welcome to the Rhodes College 2023 Homecoming edition of Man About Danville.
Oh, Logan Gurman, it's so wonderful to see your face.
Thanks so much for joining me. This is, I don't think I know I haven't seen you since our 25th reunion 5 years ago.
Actually, I think it might have been 20th.
The good news is you're aging well.
Oh, thanks, Logan.
Better than others of us here present in the meeting. Abigail, I asked you specifically to join me because you are part of the Rhodes College, and I'm going to be referring to this as the ROCO HOCO hashtag. That's going to be in all my media posts. ROCO HOCO. That's RHO. You're a member of the committee. Who else is on the committee, and what are you guys doing?
Yeah, so our committee is Nikki Soule, Ryan Meyer, John and Nancy Little, Joey Dudak, Rob Jarrett, and Lynn Crabb. So we've been working the last several months, primarily just kind of getting everything organized, logistics for our class, but also raising money. And I'm so happy to let you know we've raised $39,500 for the class of 93. We have the highest participation, so that 39.5 is amongst 78 donors. So that kind of averages out to about $506 a donor, which is really, really amazing given kind of the economic climate, inflation, all of that good stuff. So as a class, we did exceptionally well.
Does that include donations that were made? I know the fiscal year for Rhodes ends like June 30th. Does that include stuff that was made June 30th of 2023, or is it since then? Or do you know?
Good question. I don't know.
If in doubt, we should just go ahead and make another donation.
I would think so. You know, when you sign up to register for homecoming, there's a nice little section there for you to add that donation.
I'm going to include a hot link in my notes to the events page that shows where all the schedule is and where you can sign up, because you do want to sign up for the festivities specifically for our class. And there's something Friday night and Saturday night. But hang on, let's get to that in a minute. What are you doing now, and where are you?
So Logan, I am out in Southern California. Been here about 21 years.
In Los Angeles?
No, San Clemente, California. So I'm down in Orange County, right at the border of Orange County and San Diego County. So South Orange County. Been here again, 21 years. Currently working in the publishing business, but my whole career has been in the eye health space, working with ophthalmologists, optometrists, and companies that make technologies, pharmaceuticals for those particular doctors. So going to make a career change here actually tomorrow. So that's exciting. I'm going to be working on a nonprofit foundation called the ASCRS Foundation, the American Society of Cataract and Refractive Surgery, working on their nonprofit foundation. So I'm really excited about that.
Well, that's interesting. Good for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Anything going on with you personally? You're coming in for homecoming.
I am. I'll be there with bells on. I'm sporting my little crimson outfit today in support of Rhodes. But yeah, very excited about that. I'm out here in California with my significant other. We've been together several years, and we've got a little puppy named Gus. He's a little golden doodle.
Are you bringing Gus to the reunion?
No way, Jose.
Okay. Right. Are you bringing your significant other?
No, he is working, and the way that these reunions roll, I think, probably best not to.
My wife is from Memphis, and I lived in Memphis for 5 or 6 years after we graduated. So a bunch of my friends are her friends, and her friends are my friends. So she's coming, but sometimes I think that if you're a non-Rhodes spouse, you can kind of just get left behind a little bit, feel a little left out.
Oh, I think absolutely. We have such a small, tight group. It would be pretty boring for him, I think. And your wife, honest to God, I would have thought she went to Rhodes because she's kind of been a part of our group now.
Yeah,
since you married her.
She gets along with everybody a lot better than I do. So
she does.
Yeah. All right. Here's a question. Do you remember how you and I met?
God, Logan. Was it in the Rat?
Nope.
I thought it was in the Rat.
No, you and I had our search symposium together. We had Professor Vest freshman year for that small group search class. Paul Knapstein was in there with us.
Paul, that's awesome. I'm vaguely remembering this now.
Like he's in education now, and he and his wife Amanda have like 3 kids that are all really above average, and he's like the headmaster of a school somewhere in Lower Alabama.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
They're letting him be in charge of kids. Who knew?
Logan.
All right. Now I've got one other story from freshman year. You probably won't remember this one either. And the details are a little vague, but I think I got the gist of it. You and Shelley Smith and I think Kelly Slagle. I think you were lost. You were on the 3rd floor of Glassell, which is where I lived. And they're like, wasn't anybody else up there this particular evening but me. And I think it's like 10 o'clock on a Friday or Saturday night. That's what I did on Friday nights. I would stay home and study. And you guys said, hey, we're going to 616. You want to go? Let me hit pause and explain 616 for those of you that didn't go to Rhodes and don't remember this. 616 was 616 Madison. It was a huge nightclub, had a discotheque on one side, live music.
Did it have the cage?
It had the cage. So
oh my God.
It was you, Shelley, and this one other person who shall remain nameless, although I think it's legal, can't swear to it, and I. You all took me. I didn't have a car, so I just jumped in with you guys, and we went to 616. I don't know what time we got there. I don't know what time we got home. That was one of. After that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be okay here at Rhodes. I'm out of here. I'm making friends.
I think we went in the cage, Logan. I really do.
I distinctly remember the cage. I remember the cage specifically. I think I remember hanging from it at one point.
Yeah.
I hope my dad doesn't listen to this episode.
Well, I'm sure people listening to this are like, who are these two?
Well, some of my non-Rhodes friends are asking that, but my Rhodes folks, they know. I guess they know. They've all been there. And then later, I saw Widespread Panic at 616, Dash Rip Rock, Cowboy
Well,
Mouth.
I got one for you. Remember the Antenna Club with the freaking beer cans on the floor?
The Antenna Club is nationally infamous.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, it was one of the greatest punk rock clubs in the nation at one time.
Oh, that's one of my biggest memories from freshman year. Was going to the Antenna Club.
Who'd you go see?
Yeah, Widespread.
Driving and Crying too.
Yes.
Yep.
It was incredible. Incredible. Was it over by the Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah, it was like on. It was kind of like straight down from Zinnies, wasn't it, on Madison?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Zinnies. I love Zinnies. Is Zinnies still there?
What is Zinnies?
It's an establishment.
I don't know that I ever went. I don't know. It was there at the 25-year reunion. I bet we'll find out here that on homecoming weekend whether it's still standing. Yeah.
There you go.
And then of course Alex's.
Oh,
did you ever go to Alex's?
I might still be on the excuse the language, listeners. I might still be on the shit list after 30 years. Which
was a physical list that hung above the bar with people's names on it.
That didn't pay their tab.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Who else are you looking forward to other than me? And I'm disappointed I'm not going to get to meet your significant other, guys. I think he and I would get along famously, and I'm sure I could tell him some more stories. Who are you looking forward to running into?
Well, of course, my Sligo Bagel, Laura Benjamin, Marjana Turns Gaffney. Let me see who else.
That's all the KDs I think that were in your pledge class right there.
Yeah, but I've got one that's not a KD. Miss Katie Braden Hufford. I saw her last Labor Day. She was out here with one of her kids for a soccer tournament. We were able to spend some time, and she's just flying in for the day, Thursday to Friday. So we'll spend a little time together, but it'll be great to see her.
I'm not getting in until Saturday because I'm bringing my kids, which my mother's my wife's mother still lives in Memphis. So we're bringing my kids to see the grandkids. And then my son, who's a senior, will be taking an overnight visit at Rhodes.
Oh,
yeah. So hope that goes well. And yes. my daughter's 13. So I'm going to bring them to the football game at Ferguson. Is it Ferguson Field?
I think so.
It used to be. Anyway, I'm bringing them to the football game. I hope.
That'll be lovely.
I'll show them off and bask in the reflected glory of my children. Then there's a big shindig Saturday night, right?
There is a big shindig Saturday night after the game. And I think that's something, I don't know. I know you have, when you go through your registration process, there is one thing, I think it's the picnic on Saturday that I think is around $15 if you want to attend that, food, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's going to be really neat. We've set it up so all the various classes, I think, class 5 through 55, there are different reunions going on. They're going to have different tents that are going to be set up, food, drinks, all available there. So you can kind of mix and mingle around all the other classes. And that's going to be after the game. I think it starts around 6:30.
All right. I'm looking at the website. There's a homecoming picnic with a taste of Memphis featuring Central Barbecue and Gus's famous fried chicken. Man, that's reason enough. That's a reason to go to Memphis right there.
Right.
If you can get
and
Central
it's $15.
Barbecue, that's
do it.
You got to go do that. Then the game, there's Herb Higgleman court dedication. There's a women's soccer game at 1. Football game is at 2. Hall of Fame induction at that time. There will be the Victory Beer Garden where they bring in a beer truck and fence it off at the end of the field, at one end zone, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Now, are you going to the 2:00 white ball reunion?
I saw that, Logan, and I just was like, this is the best thing ever. And I just want to go,
I kind of want to see white ball through the years, about 40 years of collected white ball participants rejoining in one giant, massive white ball game. Then
amazing.
Then at 6:30, it looks like when all the reunion stuff happens in Bill and Carol Trout Quad. Now, I don't know where that quad is, but it's Rhodes. You'll be able to find it. And that's what you got to register for. So go to the website and get signed up.
Yep.
And there's something happening Friday night too.
Yeah, there is. I'm trying to look at my schedule here. I think, so alumni homecoming kickoff, 5:30 to 7:30 at Fisher Gardens. And they're going to have food trucks, drinks, all of that good stuff for us. Again, great time to mix and mingle with people, I think. And it looks like, everyone, it's not going to be nightmarishly hot, which I was worried about. So that's great.
It does get a little warm in Memphis. It's not like SoCal where it's 78 every day.
75.
You got to really build some character in Memphis.
I know you do.
Hold it, Abby. Wait just a second. Julian in my production truck says I've got a call coming in on line 2. Go ahead, line 2.
Logan, it's Lynn Crabb.
Lynn Crabb, my old tennis partner. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Advantage Crabb. Good to see you.
Advantage Garmin.
What's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that little correction here. We have a Friday night party for class of 1993. It runs from 7:30 to 9:30.
Oh, so there's an exclusive party for the class of 93 on campus Friday night of homecoming.
That's right. And it's because we had the highest annual fund percentage this year, participation percentage this year. And so that's at the Rhodes Tower, also known as Physics Tower Observatory. First time I've probably ever been in that building.
I don't think I ever went in that building ever.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So we'll check it out together on Friday night.
And that looks like it's going to be 7:30 to 9:30.
Yep.
But people need to, when they're making their reservations, they need to go ahead and it doesn't cost anything, but they need to make a reservation so that.
Yeah,
so
it'd be good if they put their name in there and said they're coming.
All right. You're going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
All right.
And a bunch of other folks will be there too. I know already.
You're a Memphis native, right?
I am.
So It's going to be homecoming all the way around for you.
That's right.
Awesome.
It'll be fun.
Lynn, thanks so much for popping in and getting us the details.
Okay.
All right.
Take care. Talk to you later.
Bye now. Talked about the committee, talked about details. We told people to go. I'll put a link to where you can go register in my show notes.
That'd be great.
What else? Got any other good road stories? Senior year?
Not really, Logan. Nothing that I could share.
Like I said, you got them. You're just not telling them.
Exactly.
All right.
No, but I so appreciate you getting the word out about homecoming. I'm so thrilled to be able to go see people. I think as we get older, you just appreciate this type of activity more and more. But it's so wonderful to see your face, especially.
Well, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see everybody, all the people that I would. That's the thing. I'm looking forward to the people seeing the people that I was close friends with, but I'm looking also forward to the people that I wasn't super tight with, that I kind of know, and through the magic of social media, I know what their kids are up to, and so it's such a nice, delightful group of people that we graduated with.
I agree. And I'm sure every other class thinks the same thing, but I have seen over the years, our class is exceptionally close. And, it's really nice to see over the years that's kind of maintained.
We were just a little bit cooler than everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, just remember the cage.
Oh,
well, all about the cage.
I'm telling you, that was burned into my memory, and that was a great moment for when I got to Rhodes. I was a little overwhelmed.
I was too.
You're from Champaign,
Illinois. Oh, here's a great story to end this on.
All right,
because I think you were part of it in the Rat. This is why I think. So, I'm from the North. I was one of the few Yankees at Rhodes, and I don't know if that's PC to say anymore, but I'm from the North, and we were in the Rat, and I said to someone, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to rub down. In the North, grubbing means eating, like eating, you're hungry. I want to grub. Well, in the South, I didn't know this. It meant making out. People looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, Abby, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm hungry. And they're like, whoa, sister, you got to learn your terminology here. Isn't that funny?
I don't know that I really knew that nuance of meaning when I arrived at Rhodes either.
I learned it real quick.
That was what college is all about, isn't it? Growing and learning and expanding our horizons.
And eating those Krispy Kreme donuts, 20 a day when you're a freshman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Well,
they just had them lined up.
my metabolism was just awesome. And then till it wasn't. And
yes.
Then I hit a point and all hell broke loose. But anyway. All right. Abby, I know you've got a busy schedule, and I appreciate so much you taking time to visit with me today. And I know my podcast numbers are going to explode with you being on here. So this will be a great way to for all of our Rhodes friends to reconnect with you and me. Look me up when you see me on campus. If I'm not friendly, I don't mean to be. I just don't look very friendly, but I try to be friendly. And I may not remember your name because stuff gets blurry 30 years later. But I'm looking forward to seeing you, Abby.
Looking forward to seeing you, Logan. God bless you. And this has been awesome.
All right. I'll see you.
All righty, honey.
Saturday the 29th, I think. All right. Peace out.
Thanks,
Abby.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks to my guest, Abby Markward, for joining me to talk about Rhodes College Homecoming 2023. And thanks also to special guest appearance, Lynn Crabb. She's a special guest star of this episode. I'll get links up to the Chili Cook-Off and Rhodes Homecoming in the show notes. Do you want to get in touch to either talk about the show or real estate? You can email me at manaboutdanville@gmail.com. You can find me on my website, manaboutdanville.com. I'm on Instagram at manaboutdanville. That's all one word. The Twitter handle is at mandanville. There's a Facebook page at manaboutdanville. Of course, you can find this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. I'm even on YouTube. Just about anywhere you access your podcast, you can find me. You can even use your Amazon Echo device. Just say, hey, Alexa, play the podcast Man About Danville. If you have a moment, hit subscribe. If you're a new listener, a rating or review. I really appreciate those. That bumps me up in the algorithms and all that good stuff. Anyway, until next time, shop local, eat local, be well, have a good weekend, and thanks for listening. I will try to provide links to everything we talked about in the show notes. Do you want to get in touch with me to either talk about the show or real estate? Do you have an item for What's Up Danville? If so, send me an email at manaboutdanville@gmail.com. You can find me and more about this podcast on my website, manaboutdanville.com. You can follow me on Instagram, manaboutdanville. The Twitter handle is at mandanville, just the two words stuck together, mandanville. Facebook page, Man About Danville. You can now find me on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and just about anywhere else you listen to podcasts. You can even use your Amazon Echo device to listen. Just say, hey, Alexa, play the podcast, Man About Danville. By the way, I also have a YouTube channel. This and future episodes are posted there as well. If you have a moment, hit the subscribe button wherever you listen. Give this episode a like or a thumbs up. I really appreciate those of you who have taken the time to give me a rating or write a review. I appreciate it. Those are always welcome. Until the next time, be well, have a good weekend, and thanks for listening.